parcel. And then the swimming pool itself, because it's on the slope, you take advantage of the slope and have it tiered instead of just
Flat.
Right.
you understand?
Understand.
And because you are tiered, then you make use of that change of level with water features, waterfalls. All these should be part and parcel of your creativity. So never stop creating. You look at the site, you don't kata, mengeluh. Such a difficult site. But if you turn it around and say, this is challenging. How am I going to maximize this difficult site? How am I going to do this? How am I?
Take
You
full
will find
advantage.
the result. What you create can be astounding. Yeah. Well, of course, the client after it's been done said, I cannot imagine this to be like this. They were so happy, and of course, the sale of the premise is
The units over there.
they boleh jual at a higher price. So you have all these. From there you can see everything. And I want you to pay attention to the plants. You may not recognize the plants. You may not know the name of the plants, but just establish in your ideas, in your mind, these plants are selected for what it is. Bukan sekadar tanam saja. You as a designer will eventually know each plant has its own character, habit, yeah. Dia suka, tak suka. Because some plants like the sun, some plants do not like the sun, etc. etc. Yeah.
Tiada.
This is another program, but it looks almost the same in this. What I want to show you in this one is how it works at night, the lighting. So if you do proper lighting and highlight certain areas, the swimming pool itself becomes part and a parcel for you to rest for recreation, daytime active recreation. Tapi malam can be passive recreation, meaning you can bring your family, you can have your stroll around the swimming pool to relax, to unwind. Fantastic. So if your design can be used 24 hours a day, then berbaloi lah. You spend thousands and millions of ringgit, yeah, it will be used 24 hours. You understand what I'm talking about?
Absolutely.
The value added with your design is incredible. So itu tu adalah tanggungjawab kita. Kalau kata-kata we spend 1 million, tapi it can only be used certain time of the day only. Doesn't bring in any benefit because it's limited. Of course, there are cases which is restricted, but in most cases, like in this case, residential area, you can maximize the outcome. This is another residential. We want to walk for this because this whole floor was a car park, rooftop car park. And the client was, after a while, he said, no, we have to get somebody to transform this into a park, rooftop garden. So we transform this, we want to walk for this, because if you can imagine, no swimming pool, nothing, no water feature, none of this pergola, tempat duduk, it was just a flat
concrete
penuh
floor.
dengan sampah sarap with cars. We've transformed that. I wish I had brought you to so that you can imagine the transformation. But again, it takes a lot of imagination and creativity. So one of the things to plan is to allow for active recreation, passive recreation, and for the different age group. Later you'll be learning when you design parks, ini untuk toddlers, ini untuk
Adolescents,
teenagers, ini untuk warga tua, and so on, so forth. So that conflict doesn't happen. Toddlers with grandparents, no deal, no problem, because the parents they can take care of the grandchildren. Tapi for the teenagers, terlampau bising sangat, so you don't want them to be disturbing the warga tua, right? And so this is part and a parcel of landscape punya planning for next. Again, residential. What we are talking about is again landscape. While the architects are dealing with the building, kita as a landscape architect, we accessorize that building and upgrade dia punya standard of living, for the resident, but also as added value to the property. So they use this landscape as marketing punya factor to daripada certain figure, to say 500,000 with the landscape ini, they promote, they market this to become 1 million because of the landscape. So you are doing a major role to the developer. That's why the developer needs you guys. But you have to be fair to them. They employ you. What are you going to do about it? How are you going to make sure that the cost of this unit boom because of your creative design? So ada tanggungjawab kan? Ada tanggungjawab dan responsibility. This is again our living project that we did in Perak. It's an limestone area. Dia ada this pools and so on. This is in Tanjung. The developer wants to do this. The first time we were being approached by the two, I said, "Oh my God, you are destroying the environment. This is, you have the limestone here. Kita panggil karst landscape, KARST, karst landscape, limestone region. Because of its limestone, the vegetation that can grow on limestone, you know what limestone is? Kapur. Only certain plants can survive on tanah kapur. So it has and certain animals that survive on this plant. So it has an environment on its own. Now, when we were approached to look into this, to do the skyscrapers and whatnot, in this beautiful, pristine environment, I said, no way. But the challenge is how to blend these towers, man-made structures, within this lake semula jadi, the limestone punya itu, and then you have the swimming pool and from here you can see we sustain the limestone here, and then the swimming pool, jacuzzi become part and parcel of that natural lake. So nothing much to say except that we did our best to have that combination and yet not to have them fighting against each other without destroying that environment. And with this we won the award. Ini yang kita kata conservation. This one I just want to show you how what we have done to blend in the natural landscape with our own culture, dengan pasu and so on. Because Perak is famous for their ceramic, dia punya. At the same time, dia menunjukkan dia punya our culture budaya. Dan kita pakai di mangrove punya kayu become part and parcel of that structure, the pergola, and how to do
Mesh
the
them
blending
together.
by using all this natural material,
Mm.
and it will soften the man-made structure.
Mm.
This is another job that we are proud of, and we won an award for this. This is at Datai in Langkawi. Again, from the pristine forest, the Langkawi, the authority, Langkawi punya authority wanted to have this super
Luxurious.
apa kata, high-end resort. We call it the Datai, and we are talking about one night at Datai is about 500 and above US dollars per night.
Jesus.
So you multiply by 4 per night, you are spending 2,000 ringgit.
Not sure of that.
And they choose this forest, pristine forest. When we enter this part, penuh dengan this planduk.
Oh.
Uh,
Oh.
And what we found out is on the waterfront, there are the sea hibiscus, delicious. And planduk will come out in the early hours of the morning to eat the flowers of the hibiscus, of the sea hibiscus. So what we did was to look into all this ecological content, the animal, the birds, the insects, betul-betul you feel part of it. And then when the architect came in, it's an Australian architect who came in to do this. We were the landscape consultant. We work with the foreigners, and you can find them. To them, this forest, the foreigner, they appreciate the rainforest more than we do. Kita kata
Absolutely.
apa ni? Hutan, serabut lah, tempat jin bertendang lah.
Semua
But
ada.
not the Australians. They appreciate. Oh my God, oh Mr. Nick, this. And then kita pula become to appreciate pula. And then there are one plant that I can still remember, which is called the bat flower.
The back flow.
The bat flower, B-A-T, flower. Because the flower, bat flower plant, dia punya bunga macam flower, bat. Is black in color, the flower. Ada yang green, but the most stunning is the black one. Very, very unique, which we have in it is in this place. So the more you talk about it, the more. So to cut the story short, we did our best to, when they identify the plot, mana yang nak tanam, nak build the chalet, we and our team start digging up pokok yang sampling and put to one side, because if you don't do it, they will destroy the plant, because the architect want to build the chalet, the main building, the restaurant. So we did that, put in one reserve area, because after it's been done, it took us about 2 years plus, almost 3 years. Then once it's done, we took the plant, tanam balik kepada tempat yang sesuai. That means you sustain the ecology. You don't bring in pokok busida ke Christmas tree ke apa, tak ada. It become part and parcel of the whole wholesomeness. The spirit of the forest is sustained by your action of doing this collection. These are little things which doesn't cost you any money, but it just takes a little bit of consciousness and sensitivity and effort.
Absolutely.
Yeah. This one is, we call it the one on the
Bottom right.
this one here is the rooftop restaurant. It's high above easily about 30 feet above the ground on top of the
Structure.
canopy of the great forest. So you
Whoa.
can look down into the forest. then of course the terracing. This is a town hotel, city hotel, Hotel Istana, long time ago. Part and parcel that goes. What I want to show you here is that the building is done by the architect, Singaporean architect. And we as a landscape architect have to do the swimming pool, the gazebo. Now, our relationship with the architect is established here in the sense that we look at the design of the building, look at the posh portion, the posh, the entrance, look at the Islamic what we call Italian Roman. So when we did the swimming pool, you look at the backdrop of the fountain, how it reflects the different language, the architectural language. So your sensitivity to architecture is very important, that the landscape and the building
mesh.
Yeah. You look at the gazebo. This is done by us landscapers. Kan kita kata gazebo is like a wakaf. The moment we mention wakaf is like beach roof and so on. But this is the wakaf. It's a gazebo with a reflection of the language of the building. So why I bring this, I want to put into your system, in your understanding, you have to be very, very sharp. You have to be very observant. You have to understand. You have to do this, to become a successful landscape architect. To become sensitive. Ya, bukan sekadar apa buat. Ya. This is another dekat Tasik Kenyir. This is the time when I did with Tun Mahathir. Yeah, this old man is quite creative. He went round and then this water body, Tasik Kenyir is just a Tasik then, yeah, for water retention, etc. He said, why not you do a resort with the architect? So we become part of that to transform this Tasik dengan ditanam dengan kelapa sawit then to turn into a resort. Once the resort is done, don't make sure that all the government punya conferences and so on and so forth is to be done here. So he opens up the country, so to say, mana yang neglected, open up for people to come and menghayati the beauty of the lake, make use of it, you know, because the lake can do a lot of things, jogging, macam-macam lah, water recreation. But the one I want to show you is yang tadi, the urban hotel, the Romanized, this is according to the budaya seni bina Terengganu. Again, a part of that culture, you must be very sensitive, whether you are from mana-mana lah, Kelantan, Terengganu, Johor, and so on. We must be sensitive to our culture because that is our identity. In most cases now, young designers, they tengok dalam Google, oh I like this, I like that, dia tak nak, dia bubur, and then this is like, it can be anywhere. It can be in America, it can be England, and so on.
Europe.
Where's our self dignity? Kita copies of what happening around the world.
Absolutely.
Tourists datang pun, this is just like where we come from. Whereas they come to Malaysia to see, appreciate our plants, our landscape, right? We didn't do justice to it. So this is my advice. I studied abroad, and then I came back. My friends, my colleague from UK, came to visit me and said, "We want to see you." So bawa dia kat kampung lah. My kampung Kelantan.
Oh, Kelantan.
Di jalan-jalan kampung, keluar kampung dia. Oh my God, you know, for them, it's so beautiful. Macam kita lah, if you go to England, you go to the English village, then kita start to appreciate. No, dalam duk pusing dalam kampung, keluar kampung, this friend of mine saw dia spot daun keladi gajah, you know, yang
Besar. Yang besar tu.
telinga gajah, keladi telinga gajah. Oh my God, you know, like, I've never seen the leaf so big in my life.
Wow.
Kita pas daun keladi ni,
Tak heran lah.
tak boleh makan ni, kata lah, jangan pegang, jangan tu, jangan ni, bagai-bagai. Tapi to them, it's so beautiful. And then from then on, we start to realize how beautiful our natural landscape is. It's just that we take for granted.
Absolutely.
So from now on, please look at all the natural plants that we have. You makan kangkung pun, God. Kangkung have done a lot of wonderful things to us. It cleanses the water of any toxic material in the water. When we did the Taman wetland, we have to plant kangkung because kangkung they absorb the toxicity, the poison of the water to make it bersih for the fish. If you have too much toxicity, the fish will die. But kangkung that's why kangkung yang wild should not be eaten. Banyak orang makan kangkung dia akan muntah sebab
Dia makan toksin.
you eat the kangkung yang telah ditanam. So but for us we don't know yang jual kat market tu dah tanam ataupun wild, we do not know. But most cases ditanam.
Tanam.
So simple plants like kangkung pun has work to do. We call it biophyte. You can take note. BIOPHYTES. This is pokok under the collection of biophytes. They are the one who cleanse the water for your attention.
Excuse.
So a lot of things to talk about culture.
Could you repeat that again? I didn't get the biofile part. BIO?
Bio, BY.
BY. Oh.
No.
BIOBY.
BIPHYTES. You can try BI ataupun B1.
Alright.
But it's called biophytes.
Biophytes. Macam mana?
Okay, next. I'm taking too long.
No. Wow.
One of the campus landscape we do is this Bukhari Foundation.
Good Lord.
National Islamic Center di Al-Astar. If you are in Kedah, you might know this. So what we're talking about is our role as a landscape architect. Residential yang tadi tengok kan, condominiums. We talk about
Resorts.
hotels and resorts. Now we're talking about institutional building. And each has its own design purpose. Yeah? Kalau for residential, apa dia? Now we're talking about institution. So because it is an Islamic center, you find that the design is much in terms of related to the Islamic motif. Yeah? The fountain.
The domes.
Then it is part and parcel of the Masjid Al-Bukhari dekat Al-Astar. Yeah? The whole complex. I will explain this is a retention pond as required by the engineers. Again, we do as part of the recreational facilities for the students dekat the Islamic Center. This is the mosque. And
Oh, this is the- oh,
behind
good God.
is the Islamic Center. Again, the
Masih
idea
sedar lagi
of
nampak.
relating your design to using Islamic geometry, the pokok palm, pokok phoenix, and so on,
Phoenix.
is foreign to us. But because you want to gel the building of the Islamic is Persian
Persian
tradition.
influence.
You can have mosque, betul Chinese architecture ke Southeast Asian. But it so happens this one is Persian.
Persian.
So we have no choice but to blend in with that kind of architectural.
Alright.
That's why we introduce pokok palm with this kind of water canal system. Next week.
What the heck?
Next to it is tanah kuburan.
Allah.
Now, again, is our job.
Risau mak.
Is our job
Taman kuburan dulu.
to design
Agak tanah kubur
Tanah
lawan lah
kubur.
macam ni.
that cemetery.
Masya
May
Allah.
it be English, Christian, Chinese,
Buddhist.
Buddhist, Hindu, Muslim.
Muslim.
Yeah. But more often than not, we are looking into the context. This one is Muslim cemetery.
Muslim cemetery.
Dia ada susunan, dia ada tata tertib tu. Ya. Dia kena ikut kiblat, dia kena susun macam ni, muka kena pandang kepada kiblat, etc. etc. And then even the tombstone,
Kena
kalau
mana
perempuan bentuk macam ni, kalau laki-laki bentuk
Ada bentuk dia.
you all know kan. Okay. So this ruling applies to us because we are going to do the design.
Oh, I thought you were
So
going to
jangan
die.
kata, oh
I thought
we
you
are
were
landscape
going to
architect,
die,
we don't
that's
deal
why.
with this. So be prepared. This one, when we do this Bukhari
Oh my
complex,
god.
the tanah kuburan tu dah diwakafkan. It's been donated by hamba Allah and be used for. So when Tan Sri came, took over, in fact it is his land. He said, can we do something about it, be disorganized? So we move in and reset the tombstone, apa kita tu. And on top of that, kita tambahkan wakaf. Berbanyak keliling tanah perkuburan. This.
Okay.
Untuk kalau ada
Pengunjung.
kemudian, the family yang tua tu, they
Boleh
need to
betul dia.
sit under the shade. So, kata, when you do this, for us, for Muslim, barakah is with you because you design. And then the benefit of the people yang datang tu duduk, dia
Itu yang dapat
rasa
pahala.
senang, dia boleh baca doa. And then, what are these? It's yours. Ya, berkat with your design for the benefit of the people ini, it goes
Betul,
back to
betul.
us as a designer. Ya, it may be a crematorium. Ya, for those who apa ni, dealing with the non-Muslim, they burn their bodies in the oven. But you have the visitors, so you have to prepare facilities for those visitors to come and to say goodbye to the loved ones. And among this wakaf, kita ada design one wakaf tunjuk di doa untuk visitors. When they visit the cemetery, it's a reminder to read this doa, bagi salam kepada
Ahli kubur.
pun kita design. Decide tempat duduk, tempat baca doa, ini certain reminders, etc. So when you talk about the cemetery, there are a lot of things to think about. All the little details, because you are dealing with the human soul. You have to be sensitive. Bukan sekadar
Bukan sekadar campak gitu.
This is another institution which did the landscape for UAE.
Oh.
Okay, ini menenangkan sedikit.
Nothing much to say much, but a lot of because I did my thesis on campus landscape, and when we deal with campus landscape, our landscape is to be educational.
Educational.
Bukan sekadar looks beautiful. When we did this, and we did UITM dekat Puncak Alam,
Oh, pandang.
we assign certain plants. This is forestry collection. This is ecological collection. This is this, this is this. So if you go to Puncak Alam campus, you have this forestry collection, termasuk pokok gaharu and so on. Because when you deal with landscape, when you deal with forestry as well, you need to know the plants, ecological collection, pokok apa yang will attract the birds. So you have these blocks, so you ensure that your landscape is beneficial to the
Environment
student.
to the student.
Bukan kata oh this. So your landscape for residential is different from the institution.
Institutional.
Okay.
What's this?
This is
Bangunan
a
tak jalan.
government administrative center. They call it Mini Putrajaya for Alustar. It's the state secretariat complex for Alustar. Now, I want to show you this because we play with the word Alo Star. Who's from Alo Star? Daripada kita ada.
Anak Kedah.
Okay.
Ada.
Why Alo Star is Alo is sungai kan? Alo. Star is pokok star.
Star.
Pokok buah star. Ya.
What do you
Faham
mean?
ke? So the word Alo Star come from these two keywords. So I use this word and to design the plaza. This is the plaza of the complex. This meandering to represent Alo. And at the end there is a tower
Yeah.
That's
that
supposed to
looks
be
like a tree. And then these layers is the lubang. So at night, when you shine the light will go through the lubang and light the entire so-called sculptured pokok star. So again, we are working on symbolism. This is what I'm talking about create. You use your imagination, your creativity to give that identity to that particular place you are designing. Don't just say, look into the Google, oh this is nice. Di mana ni? Oh this is in New York. Oh nice, I think I will use this. To impress who? To impress people that, oh this is a part of New York, I'm putting it here. I'm not impressed. After a while, he has lost his timelessness.
Absolutely.
Tak ada dah. Tapi yang ni, it has no time. It is there forever. It symbolizes.
Yes.
It is in there. So don't be impressed if you look at anything. This is like this, like this. But be impressed with your own culture. Be impressed with your own plants. Be impressed with your own whatever you have within your environment.
Adat budaya kita. Apa ni?
This is
Planetarium.
Planetarium Negara. We were, of course, part of that team to do the landscape. So, we were the one who designed the lighting, the staircase, and so on. You can see that part of that culture is pucuk rebung. Faham tak? You all know what pucuk rebung is?
Yes.
Kalau pakai kain batik, kaki, the back of the kain batik tu, dia ada macam triangular kan? Dan tu kita panggil pucuk rebung. Design. Of course, it's the lighting, and of course this apa tu? It's actually I designed a sundial.
Oh, it's a sundial.
So when the time comes with the sun, it will show the direction of and it will tell you the time of the day. Zaman dulu. So again, it's part of what the planetarium stands for. Of course, dalam tu ada auditorium, they have shows and so on. And then it is the contact, it is the Taman Tasik Perdana next to the Museum Negara. All our public buildings are over, and it is surrounded by the forest. So what I have planted here to show you is all covered with forest. And among of the plants which I can still remember, I've planted pokok jelutung.
Jadi tu.
So do check pokok jelutung. How close it is to the bentuk of pokok busida. But people are more impressed with pokok busida.
I don't know why.
They planted because why? Because it's foreign. Then people get impressed with busida, they start planting pokok busida all over the place. But we didn't look in our back own, our rainforest, the pokok jelutung, which is so beautiful. Yeah. Next. This is the highlight of my career where we were involved with Putrajaya. I was masa tu Tan Sri Tun Mahathir was the Prime Minister. And then Tan Sri Azizan, dulu Presiden of Petronas, dah meninggal. You may not know him because he was the President of Petronas. Tun had percaya dengan dia. He was become the President of not only Petronas but Badan Putrajaya for the development of Putrajaya.
Absolutely.
So the whole, we were very much involved. I wouldn't like to say how big portion we were involved with many things, among which, like I mentioned, Taman Wetland, the Prime Minister's office of Tun Kun, we did the landscape. We had this Perdana Walk, the walk around the lake.
Yeah.
Then we have the protocol road. If I talk too much, you will think that ini apa ni too
Showing off.
So we go to the project itself. All this is part and parcel. Even this roadside planting, macam Christmas tree, they are not Christmas tree.
They're not?
They are pokok agatis, our local plant.
Oh, we do have them.
Agatis. You can check. Agathis. People start planting pine trees to make it look like
Christmassy.
Wow, we are Europe.
But we have our own.
We have our own local plant, agatis. Now, among other things, I will go through. That is the entrance to the Perdana Walk. Then we have all the buildings. All these walks around the lake, the Perdana tree, the Perdana tree. And then we have this fountain at Perdana Walk. Again, we went through this process of the team dengan Tun Mahathir, dengan Tan Sri Azizan, the full. Kalau every time we have a meeting, we have the architects, engineers, QS, landscape architects, you name it, whole apa ni. From there, we have this collective ideas of what Putrajaya should stand for, among which our culture. So part of the landscape was to design this fountain within the wall, and I was inspired by what we call sirih junjung. If you attend wedding, one of the main tulang for hantaran is dia pakai sirih. Dia junjung. Traditionally dia buat macam piramid. Sirih. And on top of it, dia bungkuskan gambar, pinang dengan kapur. You all know kalau makan sirih, these three component mesti ada. Kapur putih tu dia tu, slices of pinang and gambar. Sometimes tobacco, but tobacco is not so. So dia bungkus cantumkan into a floral arrangement. And this is the reflection of, if you look at the fountain, This is the reflection of sirih cucu. And then kalau kalau family tu begitu, dia akan bertingkat 3 tingkat.
Oh.
You know the bekas tu, dia panggil tembaga, dia call bekas dulang pa, they call it.
Nampak.
Made of tembaga. And then dia akan susun besar, sederhana.
Sorry, aku balik.
Oh, sorry.
Kalau yang tak begitu tu, 1 tingkat saja. This is the power of observation. When
Observation.
you go to any ceremony, when you go to a wedding, when you go to you jangan bersembang engkau cucu aku cucu engkau apa-apa ke, makan-makan, no, dah kenyang, goodbye.
No.
Fatal mistake. You as a designer, what do you know about the culture? Nothing. So jangan kenyang sini aja.
Fikir kenyang je. Mana boleh.
I am advising you, don't worry about your friend. No need to geletek dia, dah tanya apa khabar. Tanya khabar boleh lah. Tapi no need to bersembang apa ini. Observe your culture, your tradition. What do they use for this? Become busybody tak apa. Tanya, pasal apa ni? Apa dia ni? You learn from there. And then it will reflect in your sensitivity, in your design. Yeah. Now, sirih junjung is one. There's also pulut semangat.
Pulut.
If any of you will know. Yeah. I won't be telling you because we'll be spending the whole day. But do take prihatin. Yeah. Observe. Tanya. Learn from the elders. Because this is you. Without our culture,
Yeah, nah.
nobody. You say you are Malaysian.
How do you prove it?
What?
What proves it? How do you prove you're Malaysian?
Exactly. Exactly. Okay, next. One of the things that I always tell this story because while I'm doing Putrajaya, one day the secretary of Tun Azizan, now is Tun, yang meninggal. Masa tu he was the president of Petronas at the same time. Kita call me, the secretary call me, boss, ada macam ni, boss wants to see you. I know it's Tun, Tan Sri Azizan. You know, you start to drop macam hati tak senang
Gugup je.
when the secretary, because normally we have a weekly meeting normally, but just that day Tan Sri wants to see me personally. Dalam hati itu kita kata, what have I done wrong?
Sudah.
You know? All the way to Putrajaya, masa tu office ni dah ada. Makeshift office lah bukan. But nice. This. So masuk jumpa dia. Before I could sit down,
Dia dah ajak dah.
no, kita ni this small. Tan Sri Azizan is president of Petronas. His office is in the Twin Tower, the penthouse. You can
Okay.
feel how small you are. But I'm telling you this because you will go through this experience. But you don't have to feel small like I did. But be confident. You develop your confidence. Before I could sit down, dia ada kertas macam ni. Pak, dia throw. On the table before I even sit down. How you feel? Macam anger. And sit down, look at the things. Kononnya is a catalogue of lampu street lights from Germany.
Oh.
And he was saying, what do you think of this? He asked me, kita ni this small, tanya, what do you think of it? how do you feel? You know, a grand unit. So I look at it. So yang ni kata kita kena be confident, kita kena be brave, be honest with us. I kata Tan Sri, kalau tengok macam ni cantik ni, ni very nice. But I have over the years, kita dah. But this is from the catalogue. Nothing new about it. I've seen it before. It's nice, but nothing special.
Absolutely.
So because of that, because of kita kata not apa tu, not nothing special. Kata you and your big mouth.
Whoops.
So dia kata in that case,
Make one.
you do it. They challenge me for me to do
Street
the
lights.
design of the street line better than
The Germans.
Can you imagine you knowing the Germans? They're very good. Their technology. Who are we to redesign from what they have in the country? That is the challenge that leads to this. So again, to give that identity, what is it that we can call Malaysia? Ataupun what represent the capital city of Malaysia? So I designed all these various designs.
Good.
I have given the option to Tan Sri because thinking that once you do one design, dia boleh. So I did various designs based on different
Elements.
This one, yang cross tu, represents the eyes of a beetle, nature. Ya, pernah tengok tak mata
Kumbang.
beetle?
Kumbang.
Mata
Kumbang.
kumbang. Ada yang setengah mata keluar kan?
Oh, okay now.
Ya.
Okay.
You look into the ada horn beetle, ada.
Rhinoceros.
So because of the eyes of that, you do this
Cross.
cross.
Splendid.
Based on nature. This one yang kat bawah ni is based on oboe. Kan kalau kat kampung kita pakai torch kan. Kita ambil kayu ke apa tu oboe. Itu masukkan kerosene ke apa to go to the kampung. It's a reflection of our lifestyle. Yang kat atas tu macam ni.
Oh,
Do you notice kalau you bangun pagi-pagi, there's a dew drop, embun,
Oh,
drip. Sebelum dia drip tu dia itu kan. When the sun shine on that, can you imagine the embun tu yang drip tu ada pecahan lampu kan light. That is again inspired me. I said, wow, this is beautiful.
I get it.
So that is the dew drop. Yeah? Then yang bawah sekali, you can see already it's a wild building. Because when you look up the sky, you see the wild. Yeah. So again, these and then the top of the two is macam tengkolok.
Tengkolo, aku tak ingat.
Kan? Kalau yang pemain wow, kalau on official tu dia akan pakai dia punya headdress tengkolok. So among other, there are a few other designs. So when the day comes, with all the nervousness put on the table, and see, I'm so sorry, I've got so different design. Because I don't know which one you like, but to cut the story short, I want it all. Zee kata, I want it all.
Good Lord.
Right.
It was that
Because we have only this protocol road. No, I want this for this road, this road, this road, this road, different road, different design that you have got. You have to work with the engineer and see which one is suitable. MashaAllah. How do you feel?
MashaAllah.
because you explain to Tan Sri like what I've explained to you just now. Ini. Yang tu dia kata, I like them. I want them. So the next thing we know was to find fabricator. We cannot go to Germany.
No,
We cannot afford
I
it.
can't do that.
So we have to scout fabricator local who can do it. So from then on, we test the capabilities of our manufacturers. And they say, no, I've never done it. I said, we have no choice, but this is from Tan Sri and Tun Mahathir itself. So the whole thing that you later will be, you are not just a designer, I'm the landscaper. You work with the fabricator, can we do it like this? Can we do it? What do you think? You tanya dia. Because they are the specialists.
Betul.
Material apa? How thick is the metal that we need? They will tell you, okay or not okay. Then, at the end of the day, Tan Sri wants sample of all our design. So we visit the factory again and again and again to make sure that is to the agreeable of the designer and the fabricator before we show to Tan Sri. And then when it's done, one of it is done in Johor, one of it is done in Perak, Ipoh, yang satu KL,
Oh.
I think pernah di Penang. I can't remember now, 20 years.
Good ke?
But we did visit. I still remember Ipoh, I still remember all these factories that we did. Then the time come, we set it up in Putrajaya, call Tan Sri, ini, we came,
Terbaik.
yeah, thumbs up. That's the way how it works. So if you have the apa kata the info about your culture, about ini, you won't go wrong because each design you do have a story to tell. Yeah.
Kau kita.
Sakit.
This is in Sabah, just to show you
Macam sakit dekat.
Dah lama ke Allah Akbar.
what we have done
Mau sebelah kau lagi
in
teruk.
Sabah.
Mau sebelah kau lagi tu.
There's a lot of things to tell, especially this photograph.
Gara-gara orientasi tu kan teriak. Dia visual.
Kau ada apa tak? Ada.
This one,
Cak kau kan catering juga kan?
it looks like a forest, and the reason why is because next you see the sea, yeah?
Kena naik grab
Then
kan?
you have the
Kena
building,
naik grab kan?
the International Convention Center,
Orang kaya
Sabah,
bawa.
Sabah International Convention Center in Kota Kinabalu. It's international because any international convention, the visitors will be the occasion will be held here for international visitors and so on. So many things. Then there's a road, the coastal road. If you are from Sabah, Kota Kinabalu, you know what I'm saying. Across that road is bukit, covered with forest. So my idea, I told them, is to take the forest of the mountain to flow into the building. That's the result. So dalam courtyard pun kita tanam pokok wild bananas, kita tanam pokok lagi, and so on. So it is for the foreign visitors to see how beautiful our tropical collection is.
Alright.
Aku belum pernah pergi situ.
I don't
Tapi
think
kamu ada pergi
my
apa?
copy.
Kamu
This is
memang
our
dari sana ya?
LIA International
Dari Sarawak.
Forest
Sarawak.
area.
Tapi dekat dengan Sabah.
Why I want to show you this is the Terengganu Airport.
Terengganu Airport.
We did the landscape. JKR called us. Say, since you have done the KLIA, why not you help us with it? What I want to show you is the reflection of the culture, bentuk of the main signage of the airport is the pending.
Pening.
Kalau raja tu dia ada pending, pending
Yang
dia
besar
pakai.
tu kan.
So that is, you can see the fountain, the brow of nelayan, which is again is the moment you see this is Pantai Timur. But the moment you know it is part of the
heritage.
yeah. Traditionally it's made of concrete kayu. Yeah. So you know why they have the mother and the baby? Why? Yeah.
Not really.
Because between this is where they put their punya.
Ah,
That means you have not observed it.
I'm
How are
sorry.
you going to design?
Ada, terus mau kemana lah?
This is also another interesting thing. Di Langkawi, Makam Mansuri.
No.
Time Tun was planning to have the Commonwealth Head of State conference in Malaysia, inviting all the heads of state, Queen Elizabeth and so on, from all the Commonwealth countries, Australia,
New Zealand,
India, Africa. They come for conference in KL, Kuala Lumpur, and then Tun decide to have some of the perbincangan di Langkawi, because that time Langkawi, Sri Tun Mahathir wants to expose Langkawi to the world. Pandai want to macam-macam dia buat. So one of the main features of Langkawi is Makam Mansuri. He visited Makam Mansuri. It's just a grave.
Oh.
Nothing, just a grave. It's part of the apa ni kampung Mansuri, kampung apa? Melaka, something Melaka. So then that time I was doing all these things. And then I was invited. So they may do something about this. We cannot have our foreign visitors coming to see
That's the grave.
so-called the legendary maiden Mansuri, and look at her graveyard. You tak honor dia langsung macam
Petikai.
because why we did not honor Makam Mansuri was because she was disruler. She was a disgrace. So they want to forget her.
She was banished.
Although she's in person, but the fact that she was in but to just start the story, I visited with Tun and so on, and Dr. Siti Hasmah sekali. The idea was, while the head of state were having their conference at the hotel conference room, the wives of the head of state would come and visit this Makam. So what we did was, the makam, we did this, dia punya benteng from there, and then we did bagi dia this batu nisan. Batu nisan for perempuan mesti flat, kalau laki-laki bulat, ya. You must know that. So all these, and then we put a wall around it to make it very prime. This is the center. Although we are not sure which one is the actual grave of Makam of Mansuri, we are not sure, but we know that this is within this. So all these, because if you imagine asal macam kubur biasa lah, tak ada dengan rumput rampai ni batu nisan all over the place. But what we do is just highlight that particular thing. Then to represent the beauty of the Mansuri, I said something must hold to show this beauty of Mansuri. So I said, we scout around and we found this old building.
Oh.
Rumah vernacular architecture of Mansuri, of Langkawi, Pulau Langkawi. penghuni tak duduk dah, kosong. Ada one couple very old. They were they built a small little ni bawah bawah next to it rumah macam batu lah, concrete brick yang simple kampung lah. It said we cannot maintain this house so kosong. When we saw this, we offered to buy. They were very happy. You know how much it cost then? It's about berapa ribu je. Saya ambil lah nak, dia kata 5,000 ke sana.
5
Kayu, good wood, and then for them is, so we dismantle this structure. Kalau you pergi to makam, you see, represent the beauty of Langkawi, beauty of Maksud. So it become almost like a museum because kita masukkan ini accessory. And then at one stage, one film producer said, "Can we use this for our
shooting?"
Yes. So the whole thing is become. Then by the next to the tanah kuburan ada sawah padi, ada lubang untuk telaga. Dia nelayan, peladang, they ambil air. Nice clear water. So we transform them into telaga Maksudi. We make it so feminine, bukan macam telaga biasa. Dengan lubang, dengan bunga,
dengan motif dia.
Then somewhere along the line kita buat tempat dia dibunuh. We put a monument to explain where she was
Being killed.
Stabbed.
Gunakan keris, and then selendang at the base, 7 lapis selendang, 7 lapis, 4 to show 7 generation. She cursed the pulau for 7 generation that tidak ada keamanan di Pulau Langkawi. Once you know the story, then you start to see how each of the detail is from the
story.
legend. How it was done. So this is what it takes to become a landscape architect. Daripada residential sampai kepada cemetery. Next. Then this is another taman. This is part and parcel of our culture. Wow. Ini lago. Make use of the sampah for. This is taman botany negara. Chinese pavilion. This is a reflection of taman Malaysia dengan.
Suka dia punya tu.
Sangka burung is actually the line. Okay. Next is. This is taman wetland. I don't need to explain too much.
I like
But
it
that is our
inside.
tower, lookout tower. All this is based on nature. So even the gateway, it is designed to. And the story is just to let you know for you guys, apa aja kayu yang. But the story behind this is we tell the forestry department in Terengganu untuk cari kayu cengal yang this size and so. Oh, dia kata susah. This is the order stone. So cari juga, and we brought the entire log. Sepanjang-panjang, no connection dah. Sepanjang-panjang on the trailer, all the way from Terengganu. Kayu cengal. And when it is this size, you cannot imagine how old. And kayu cengal is very, very slow growing. It is the hardest wood in our tropical rainforest. Cengal besi. And then there are cengal batu. Cengal besi.
Jangan. Macam tutup ke apa.
Effort dia.
This is the
Pangkalan
riverfront.
batu.
This is to show the Sungai Kelang.
Hmm.
The where the Sultan, the